one of the things in the Bible that when it gets into taxes and Jesus was questioned about paying the temple tax, and he tells Peter, hey, Peter, I want you to go down, catch a fish, first fish, corn out of the mouth, and you're going to pay our tax. A lot of people, especially people of faith, we've probably at some point heard that story. If not, I know it's a crazy story. You can find it in the Gospel of Matthew. Go look it up and check it out. But Rick, one of the interesting things is Jesus asks a question to Peter in this moment. And in the question he asked Peter, and I actually probably should look it up to make sure I'm quoting it correctly and not just paraphrasing it, but I'm going to paraphrase it until I look it up. But he says, do the kings tax the sons or the foreigners? And Peter says, well, of course it's the foreigners. And Jesus said, well, I agree, but since we don't want to offend them, go and catch a fish, corn in the mouth, and we're going to pay the taxes. But it's interesting because a tariff is a tax on foreign goods. And the idea that in America, when Jesus is asking like this semi-rhetorical question, what to them is an obvious answer is like, well, the king doesn't tax their own sons. They don't tax their own people. They tax the foreigners.
Wow.
We oftentimes read the Bible and don't connect what the reality is of where that application is. So like, what is he really saying? He's making a connection that it's obvious that we should be taxing the people that are bringing goods in, not just taxing the people that are making goods here because that benefits us and we're not there. We shouldn't be taking their resources away. But it definitely made me think of this idea of tariffs. It's just interesting that so often we can read scripture and see a story and miss sometimes direct application. And in my mind, this was direct application for tariffs. The idea that Jesus is asking this question of do kings tax sons or foreigners? And the answer was obvious. Well, the king taxes foreigners, not the sons, which is what a tariff is. And again, it's just interesting. The Bible does actually speak and give guidance on some of these issues, maybe even to the extent we could argue that a tariff is not an unbiblical idea, as the example we find in Matthew, even when Peter is told to go catch a fish and corn in the mouth. Just if people want to go, just read those couple verses. It's interesting to see how that directly can and should apply, maybe even the way we think about the tariff.